Good morning. Well, thought for the day is from me, coming from the office. The reason is the computer downstairs has decided it's had enough, and to say it went into slow mode would be an understatement. So I'm here. Um, I was hoping Elaine was going to have a chat. She's not. She had a bad night last night, so we've decided that she's not going to do today, which is a shame. But all her pearls of wisdom are being saved up for another day. Well, what a strange week since I last spoke. Loads of things going on. We've had COVID tests because we both had chest infections, weren't feeling too good. And so the doctor insisted for some strange reason we had a COVID test. Came back negative. But it meant that we were locked down, which was a strange experience. Even though working from home, the fact that you can't leave home is a strange experience. So we went through that, and I know a lot of people have been through that for quite some time. And so that was good to experience it, even for a short time, just to be able to pray into people's lives a little bit more effectively. Keeping in touch with people by Zoom, that seems to be the normal way of doing things nowadays. Finding things are cancelled, finding things are changing. Relatives, bless their hearts, one of the older relatives has fallen over and broken a tibia, and you can't be there to do anything. So you've just got to trust that the hospitals are going to do what they need to do, and that's good. The two strange events which I'm going to share with you that happened this week. One was from a Christian brother who rang us up, and we had a long chat about some things, and he was really excited and went away praising God. And the reason he rang us up was to thank us for some things that we'd done the other week for them, and it was over the moon. It's changed the way he looks at some things. It's changed his attitude to some things, and he's really excited. And because of that, other people are being blessed, and it's a knock-on effect. And so you can, if you're not careful, get very proud and get all excited and go, "Oh yeah!" And then totally out of the blue, a bit of a side swipe, but a funny side swipe was that somebody rang me up to inform me in their conversation that obviously God doesn't exist at all, and it's impossible for him to exist because he wouldn't allow all these terrible things to happen. And it reminded me, and I shared with them, and I think that knocked them off their rail a little bit. I'm waiting to talk to them again tomorrow, so keep you posted if it's postable. And what I did, I shared something that I shared when I was a lot younger with people, and it's this: God is like electricity. Now, I need to, before I start, I need to just preface something. I don't want anybody to go and do this, right? I'm not advocating you physically go and do this, because that would be probably a step too far. Okay, so this is an example of something, right? It's not for you to go and do. Okay, it's a bit like sticking your tongue, for the guys will know this, sticking your tongue on a 9-volt battery to see if it tingles. Well, it does. Okay, and depends if the battery's a new one or an old one will depend on the level of tingling. I'm not suggesting you go and do it. So similarly, I'm not suggesting you do it. It's a good example, good analogy. I said, God is like electricity. You can't see it. You can't smell electricity. You can't taste electricity. You can't experience electricity in an emotional sense. However, if you lick your two fingers, get your two fingers, lick them, and stick one on the, you know where I'm going with this, don't you? One on the brown wire and one on the blue wire, and before you turn it on, shout, "I do not believe in electricity. I do not accept electricity. Electricity does not exist," and then turn the switch on. Whether you believe it Whether you accept it or whatever, electricity will give you a complete zap down the two fingers. And it's a bit like God. Whether you believe he exists is irrelevant. Whether you have touched that he exists is irrelevant. God exists and he's doing what he's doing. Now, how he does what he does, that's entirely up to him. I don't fully understand all of it, and I don't think I'm meant to understand all of it. What I'm asked to do is, by faith, believe that God knows what he's doing. And in my few years of Christian life and experience, I found out that that is exactly the case. He does know what he's doing, and he generally gets it right all the time. It may not line up with what we think right is. It may not line up with the way we think it should have gone. But at the end of the day, when you look back, and we're coming back again to my favourite phrase about these golden threads in our life, when we start to look back in our life, we find that not only is he there, but he's doing a whole load of things. What's going to happen tomorrow? What's going to happen in the future? No, we don't know. But what I do know, and what I do have confidence in, and absolutely have confidence in, is that he will be there. And the good news is that me and God is a majority, right? So when God's in the camp, when God's doing things, then it doesn't matter what it is that's happening, it's going to be good, right? I may not think it's good at the time. I may not be overly happy with it at the time, but it'll be for my good, and it'll be for the good of others and for people around us. So with all these things going on, with all this bad news going on, with all the things that the papers love to print, just remember that irrespective of what anybody says, God is still in control. He's still who he is. He's still the great I am. He is the one that created the universe, just by speaking it into place. And if he's that good, then he certainly knows what's going to happen next, and we don't. So, be encouraged. Seriously, for those that haven't, get a sense of humour, because a sense of humour is going to get you through this a lot better than a non-sense of humour. But be encouraged, seriously. I just want to, if it were possible, and I'm not a huggy person, Elaine's the huggy person, but seriously, I just like to reach out through the camera and just give you all a good hug at the moment, and say God loves you, and he just wants the best for you. So have a fantastic day, no matter whether the sun's out, no matter it's raining, snowing, winding, whatever. God is in the camp. He's still in charge, and just take heart, be encouraged, and most of all, today, be nice to someone. Say something nice, right? That'd be a good thing to do. Okay, be blessed. Speak to you soon, and have a great day.